chat. Now, the reason for my get up is today we will be discussing the indomitable human spirit represented in superheroes, or more accurately, superheroes that I think best represent it, of which we will be drawing from two today. One of them being Spider-Man, the other one being Superman. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Actually, there will be further ado, because I just took my stats exam, and I feel really, really good about it. So, right now, this is accurately how I'm feeling.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me.
So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. So, superheroes, right? We all know them. We all love them. We should all love them. But today I want to talk about two. The ones that I think best resemble the indomitable human spirit in different ways. The first one up that we will be discussing will be Spider-Man. So, Spider-Man. Spider-Man. I have a very deep connection to Spider-Man. He has been and will probably continue to be until I die my favorite superhero. And I mean, you can't actually hold on. Spider-Man. Venom, but still Spider-Man adjacent. Spider-Man. And then we head over here. Spider-Man. So, as you can see, I'm a huge fan. If that wasn't obvious. So, Spider-Man to me represents the indomitable human spirit of, like, never giving up. Like, you go on TikTok, at least my For You page, is tons and tons of just, slideshows of Spider-Man and different scenarios. Like, one time he was underneath this, like, rubble of a building, and he just basically kind of, I can't give up, and basically got himself out. But yeah, dude, he's so cool. So, and further exemplifying upon that, there was also times where he, like, dude, he's just like such a good person too. You know what I mean? Like, in like graphic novels, he's willingly sacrificed himself multiple times to save people and stuff like that. And he's a goated superhero. He's like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's just the GOAT. This is getting kind of hot, so I'm going to change out of it. Give me a quick sec. Okay, now that I'm back in my regular attire, where was I? Spider-Man. Matter of fact, let me grab some source material for y'all. The Spider-Verse Omnibus. Okay, so, spoilers if you haven't read the Spider-Verse comic book run yet. So basically, Spider-Man teleports into a world that is basically Manhattan, Earth 3145, that is basically a New York that's been destroyed by nuclear radiation, pretty much, right? And the radiation is extremely, right now they're fighting a race of, like, vampires that feed on spider people, specifically called the Inheritors. So he basically teleports himself and the Inheritors there, and the radiation is, like, of course, yeah, it's deadly to us, but, like, for the Inheritors, it's 2 times more, right? So, this is them teleporting. This is the world, right? So, they teleport down there, and the inheritor, Moreland, he says, "You're killing both of us, but you said you never kill." And then Spider-Man, keep in mind, he's beaten up right now. Like, his fight with them, he's pretty banged up. He says, "Shelter nearby, follow the webs," because earlier in the run, Silk went there, and she basically made web arrows for the other spider people to follow. He said, "Shelter nearby, follow the webs, it'll keep you alive barely. You want to live, run Moreland, run for your life." And then in his thoughts he says, "I wish I could too, but I'm too drained. This is it. Still, must be worse ways to go than saving every other Spider-Man." And then, obviously, one of his friends comes in with a little... Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm so used to things being mirrored on this, with a little rope, and pulls him out into safety. So, that's just one of many, many examples. And if you hear sounds happening around, that's my roommate. Yeah, Spider-Man is the GOAT. He's goated with the sauce. Trying to think if I have any other... I might actually, hold on, let me recheck the source material. So, for context here, all of the Spider-Men have just grouped up in another universe that's said to be safe. And basically, our Peter Parker is fighting Superior Spider-Man, which, if you don't know, is basically from a comic book run where Otto Octavius swaps his mind and his consciousness with that of Peter Parker. So it's basically Otto Octavius in Peter Parker's body, and he becomes what he calls Superior Spider-Man. Eventually, throughout the comic book run, at the very end, he ends up giving the body back to Peter because he actually has a change of heart and goes through character development and sees that as much as he is egotistical and stuff like that, he's not what the city needs. The city needs someone better. And so he gives, I'm getting, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm getting goosey right now just from retelling that. Anyways, our Peter is fighting a version of Superior Spider-Man, but from earlier in that timeline from before he gave the body back to Peter, basically. So, basically, they're fighting for who gets to be kind of like the leader of the spider people, or like their group, right? And Peter doesn't really want to be the leader, but he knows he needs to be because the other choice is Otto, right? So basically, Otto believes that Peter is just an earlier point in his timeline because he can't fathom a point where he loses. He can't fathom that doesn't make sense to him. So basically, they're fighting, and Spider-Man says, "I'll never." They're fighting, and Otto says, "You don't have what it takes to win. You never go for the kill." And Spider-Man says, "And I never will. I'll never be that ruthless." And then Otto says, "Oh, you will when you're me." And then Peter Parker, in his inner monologue, says, "Wait, that's why he thinks I'm the younger version, because Ock can't imagine a world where he loses." And he says, "War one where I come back, reclaim that body, and win." And he goes, "All right, show me your winning move. Kill me." And he basically... Right here, this is Superior Spider-Man, this is our Peter. Otto says, "What, but you're an earlier point in my timeline, I can't." And then Peter kicks him just straight to the jaw, and then says, "We've already seen the inheritors can't be killed. Killing is not the answer, it never is. We need to be better, and that's why I'm in charge." Bro, like, he's goated. He's goated. Now, we will be moving on to the one, the only, Superman. Superman. I mean, it's in the name, right? Superman. Right? Bro. He's so goated. He's so goated. Like, here's the thing, is I'm sick and tired of them trying to be like, oh, Superman being goody two shoes all the time, like, isn't cool, or stuff like that, like, or, give me an edgy Superman and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, the evil Superman trope, when it's done well, is good. It's good. For example, Omni-Man, right? Homelander is an example of that done pretty well, as well. But Omni-Man mainly is what I'm looking at. Both are evil Superman tropes done well. But, yeah, evil Superman is cool, right? It's, cool like that. But Superman himself, He's meant to be a good guy. He's meant to be silly goofy. He's meant to... This slander on his name. Bro, stop trying to make Superman into something he's not. He is meant to be the best of humanity. And that's the crazy part, is he's not even human. He's not even human. But he, in my opinion at least, represents the best of humanity, right? Or at least the hope to be better, right? Like, if someone else that's not from our world can be that good, can be that amazing, then we can do it too, right? Like, and I don't know if you've seen all the memes of, like, the ones, like, that I showed earlier, like, there's a star, man. That's basically Superman's theme song, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's Superman theme song. And he's just, and there's so many slideshows and stuff like that. You know what, I'll try to find one and I'll put it on right now. Hello everyone, editing, David here. I couldn't find a slideshow to fit in the video that wouldn't extend the runtime by like 3 whole minutes. So instead I'm going to read you off one. So in this, basically, a little girl calls for Superman and she's all the way across the universe. And Superman hears her and goes to save her. He arrives and she says, "How far is it?" referring to going back to Earth. He says, "It's pretty far, the other side of the universe, but we'll get there as fast as we can. Using these radios, we can talk the whole time. Just let me know if you have any questions." Is it safe? Am I going to get hurt? No, it's not safe, and no, you're not going to get hurt. And yeah, I'm going to be putting on voices for this, by the way. So basically, they go across the universe, and eventually she's like asking him questions and stuff like that. He's answering the whole time, you know. And eventually they do end up making it to Earth. And he lands down in a park, putting her down there as well. She says, "Is it going to be okay? This is a good place. These are good people. They'll find you a good home. If you ever need me, ever, just talk and I'll hear you and I'll come." Okay. No more questions? Did you think there'd be more? You always surprise me. I bet you thought I'd ask you why you went all up in the sky, why you left everything behind to save me. But that's a stupid question. I'm not going to ask it because I already know. You do? Yeah, it's not hard. It's just, you're Superman. Like, that's what Superman is. Going all the way across the universe to find and save a little girl. Not because it benefits you or anything like that, but just because she needed help. Like, bro, he's goated. He's so goated. Ah! I don't have as many Superman comic book runs as I do. How I mainly got exposed to comics and things like that was my dad still has like these huge long boxes that were just full of comics. He had like 3 of them. And they were, I'm talking, probably about that long, of just boxes with comic books. And as a kid, I used to, because he kept the boxes in his closet, I used to go into his closet as a kid, and I would just run through comic after comic. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. There were definitely a few in there that I was a bit too young to read, like Constantine, but still, that's how I mainly got exposure to superheroes from a young age, and that's how my love for Spider-Man sort of began. It had already started, but that's really what kind of like solidified it, I guess. But Superman, dude, he's so goated. And it's killing me because I don't have any like good source material off the top of my head that I didn't get from TikTok slideshows. But dude, like, he is what, I mean, like the S on his chest, it stands for hope, dog. Like, dude, Superman's so goated. I might actually have some source material. Hold on. I take it back. I don't have source material. But still, he's so goated. He's goated with the sauce even. Oh my gosh. I love Superman. I love hopeful superheroes. I love superheroes that exemplify the best of humanity. anyways, I think that's about going to wrap it up for this video. I think for my next video I'm going to be doing, since the end of season 1 of the Magnus Protocol just happened, I'm going to be doing my next video over my theories and stuff like that for it. So be prepared for that. Should be coming out maybe this Thursday, hopefully. If not, definitely this weekend. Anyways, that's all that I really have for you guys. So, bye!